Most people contact suppliers without a product spec, and then they wonder why they got a bad quote or why the product didn't end up the way they had envisioned it. There's one thing you need before you ever contact a supplier, and that's exactly what we're building today.
I run an $850,000 a year Amazon private label brand, and I'm publicly building a new product for my brand step by step. And I'm documenting this in real time so you can see the full process as it happens. Here's what I've done so far.
The goal of this episode is to turn my idea for my product into something my supplier can actually build.
This is the product spec I'm using for this build. It's simple, nothing fancy, and that is totally okay.
What we're really doing here is thinking through all the decisions for this product. And you can download this exact template from the description and use it for your own product.
You'll notice I do include branding here. A logo, nothing fancy, a brand name. This symbolizes professionalism to our vendor and helps you get better responses.
It tells the supplier, hey, I'm a real company. I'm not here to waste your time. This isn't my first time doing this. I know how it works, right? Even if that's a bit of a blow. The more detailed your spec is, the better your quote will be, and ultimately the better your product will be. This is going to mean that all of us perfectly understand the product expectations, but the trick to that is first we have to define them.
I like to start my product spec with a brief description. It lets everybody know what the product is, who it's for, and why it exists. For this set, the most important part is actually going to be the component breakdown because it's a set. We're going to do each part individually. Now we have one page here for each separate component. Let's start with the caddy. A picture here is really just going to be able to explain exactly what we're looking for to the vendor. So I grab pictures for each of these things. If I'm not sure exactly which one, I'll grab more than one. So let's grab in. I know I want it to be a shower caddy kind of item because I really want it to have drainage holes. That one's potentially interesting. Instead of one vague product description, I define each piece individually.
For every component, I define 4 things. What this piece actually needs to do, size and sizing limits. This matters more than people realize because size directly affects Amazon fulfillment costs in a huge way. Any considerations go here too. Is it going to be wet? Does it need to work well? Can it fit in a kid's hand? And I include visual references so we're all talking about the same thing.
You might remember our sponge from the competitor's sample. This is the size we're gonna go for here. Let's go find one. The other thing you can do is take a picture of your competitor sample. I'm being lazy and trying to find an already existing one. Remember, we were gonna redesign this part. I think it would work better as a glove. I usually pull these from Alibaba, and I include a couple if I haven't decided exactly which one yet.
Overseas suppliers will do business with you in English, but having visuals helps so everyone can completely understand what you mean. English isn't the problem, context is. When you start to describe nuanced or technical information, it can be easy to get lost. A picture here is literally worth 1,000 words, even an ugly picture. You don't have to be an artist. Taking a photo of something similar and annotating it can do wonders here. Pictures stickers, arrows, lines drawn over pictures, anything you can do to get across what you're trying to explain with visuals, that will do. Otherwise, you're literally not communicating your idea effectively at all. One more thing, when you send this to suppliers, make sure you send it as a PDF and not Google Slide. This spec isn't just for the initial quote. You're actually going to use this spec throughout the entire development process and be able to refer back to it to make sure that everything is done the right way at every step. For samples, for production, for a pre-shipment inspection, the time you put into this spec now will pay you back later, and that's what keeps this product moving forward. In the next episode, I'll show you how to communicate with suppliers so that you get taken seriously. And I'll share the email templates that I actually use to make sure I get responses. If you want to see this build as it happens, stick around so you'll get the next step. All right, let's build something real. I'll see you in the next one.